Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another CounterSide video. Alright, today's video, a bunch of things was released earlier today. I think one of it was the developer's notes, and then we have the patch notes for global as well. So in this video, we're going to check out as many things as we can. Keep in mind there's a lot of things and it's hard for me to go through to every single one. I'm just going to point out the few important ones, things that I find important, right? So if I don't cover in this video, feel free to leave in the comment section below and maybe we'll talk about it in a future video. But for now, let's have a glance through the patch notes or the developer notes. Alright, so dear CEOs, this is Kim Hyun-so, the head PD of CounterSide. May developers note, so let's see what is it. So equipment system improvement. Okay, so they are implementing a new equipment system on 24th of May. Alright, that's going to be tomorrow after the patch and everything, right? So every enhancement module acquired after the maintenance will be now sorted into the storage rather than equipment section. Now this is a good plus. Okay, if you guys are not aware, it's super annoying. Your storage right here, the gear, you will have this thing called the equipment module thing, right? Which these things. So this thing takes up your space. So you're forced to use this to empty out your equipment slots. So hopefully they'll give us a new supply storage or something, a new inventory that doesn't take up that slot, so that we can save some in the future when we get better gears. Then only we use it, right? If not, now you're like forced to use it in a way. I guess this is a good thing in a way, right? So as for the relic gears, they will now show to the 100th place while unlocking latent potential of the equipment. Through this, CEOs will now be able to check the stats in more detail when comparing equipment. Okay, so this specifically for the relics, if you guys are not aware, I believe they're talking about the relic gears. Let me see if I can find some. So relics are a little bit complicated, like this one. The latent is not unlocked yet. So hopefully, yeah, I do like this. So if you have like a good latent one, it should appear on top rather than the one that doesn't have any latents. It depends on how you sort it. I do think this is going to be a tangible benefit for a lot of players. Depending on how they put this, I'm not sure what they mean by this, but it does say that the unlocking of the latent potential of the equipment, hopefully that will put it above. Filter and gear dismantling will also have improvements. Before the update, selecting two options at the filtering will display only the equipment with both abilities 1 and 2. So after the update, any equipment that has at least one of the selected abilities will be displayed. Okay, this makes sense. I'm not sure how many of you guys use this feature, but do you guys know you can actually filter by substats as well? So I think that's what they meant. So let me go into a set option. So I'm going to show you guys. So there's these four things. Maybe my face cam is blocking some, but you guys can see stat 1, stat 2, and stat number 3, right? So if I select substats, select stat 1, I can select skill haze. So this will show me any particular one which has skill haze, right? So this one has skill haze here, this one has skill haze here. So it's quite easy to do this. You can also choose, like, I think you can only choose one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So I don't think it's possible to have two skill haze in a substat, maybe some exclusive equipment, right? So I think that's what they meant. They have enhanced or improved that in that sense. Hopefully now they do say that both abilities, if either one has skill haze, it will be displayed that rather than just the top one or just the bottom one. Alright, so new features such as the option to select the ability stats in the equipment information, can choose from gear tuning. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Gameplay improvement. Okay, so many CEOs wanted a feature where the opponent's information would display before entering the stage. Thank God they are giving us this. Finally. So basically, a danger close or any stage that you cannot see what the boss can do is a bit frustrating. You have to go into a stage to learn what the boss or what the boss's patterns are. A little bit annoying. So hopefully they are improving that. System improvement. Previous automatic formation for the event deck was rather mechanical, requiring manual manipulation every time. Okay, so as a result, we have made modifications. Employees registered in the favorites will be prioritized for formation. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, I like it. So next up is tactical update. Right now they are adding so that you can put multiple duplicate employees rather than just doing one at a time. Okay, I just wish this was something that you know should have came out like long ago when tactical update was introduced. But better late than never, right? So yeah, this is not that huge of a deal for me because I think most players have already gotten through all the tactical dupes. But instead of doing one at a time, so now you can put all 5 or all 6. Yeah, depending, right? Scout system improvement. Unit data acquired through substreams or task blended points are used to scout units at the CEO's office. regardless of how many unit data CEO have. The scouting attempt was at a maximum of 1. To elevate the fatigue, we have changed so that the CEOs could scout multiple units at once. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Scout multiple units at once. Unit data. Okay, I think this is talking about unit data is for sacrificing. Okay, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure what this is. Scout system, I assume is the one that use business card to pull. Is that the one? Operator command skill changes. Operators of SR rarity or lower were not very much invested since leveling up command skills have a low probability of success. For example, SR rarity Mark Finley, despite being an operator with good efficiency, it was difficult to readily invest in recruitment contracts and information in him. To elevate these constraints, we have made changes so that SR rarity or lower operators can achieve 100% success in leveling up their command skills. Okay, so that means the skill for operator has a 100% success as opposed to like SSR. Limited to the command skills. Okay, so keep in mind it's a bit limited right there. So next up we have dive improvements. Okay. To lessen the burden, we change a point where the exploration permit is spent. From now on, dive starts abandoning attempts during the dive, and dive failure will no longer consume the permits. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's a cool thing. Additionally, we add 5 new stages that are more challenging and densely packed. CEOs will be able to get T6 enhancement modules. Okay, so this is going to be good. Danger close. Let's see. Danger close will begin on the day of maintenance instead of first day of each month. Okay, so they're changing how it works. Just the dates changes, it seems like. Nothing other than that. Co-op battle improvement. As option to end the practice in co-op battle practice has ended. Okay, previously CEOs had to use up all the battle time, but from now on, CEOs will be able to select this option to end the practice mode at any time. Interesting. Gauntlet skin reward changes. So basically, what are they changing here? The Gauntlet exclusive skin can be acquired through either the first or second half of the season. The Gauntlet exclusive skin will have a special rarity and can be acquired through Gauntlet seasonal reward. Yeah, so this is for the Replacer King skin, in case you guys are wondering, right? So they did say here, the next Gauntlet exclusive skin is Amy First Wing. Okay, so there's that. Custom pickup recruitment. Okay, what is this? You can personally select the target employee to recruit. Oh. You can select the pickup target up to a maximum of 3 times during the recruitment period. And just like regular pickup, you can ensure the acquisition after 150 recruitments. Additionally, you will receive 10 task planet points for each recruitment. Please note that the accumulated recruitment count will not carry over or reset when changing the pickup target or when the recruitment period ends. Will not carry over. So if you change, it will go back to 0. So make sure you guys be careful with this. The custom pickup recruitment introduced for the first time will be the same employee pool as recruitment on demand. Please make use of this opportunity to recruit the employees you have felt the need for. Wow. Okay, so this is, I think I've seen this before in Brave 9, because they have so many characters. So now you can like, sort of like, you can do this, I believe, daily, right? It will count towards the PT. You can now select employees that you don't have and hopefully build your PT towards that character, if that's how I understood it. So hopefully we'll see how this works. So let's talk about the global patch notes and see what this is all about. So what is global having in total? So we're gonna have a new counterpass of Bleeblade Loose. Okay, so I've talked about her before. You know what, let me just jump into C server and show you guys what she's all about, alright? So because if you guys are wondering how strong is she is a little bit lacking, I would say. She's not bad, alright? So I think characters like Bleeblade Loose can sometimes be used in certain occasions for sure, but it's just that right now we are competing against quite a lot of other characters. Where is she? I'm pretty sure she's a ranger, so she should be somewhere here. So this is how she looks like, okay? And her ability is pretty interesting. She does basic attacks and have increased range and valid hits for 7 seconds. So she has a little bit of debuff on the special skill, you can see right here. Decreased defense by 15%, and she also gives decreased skill haste by 15%. So skill haste decrease is good for PvP, I guess, but for PvE you don't really need that. The decreased defense is good for 15%. However, there's a lot of characters that can do 20% decreased defense, so you don't really need that per se. One more thing is this one for the ultimate skill. She has defense penetration by 20%, which is good, but defense penetration only works for you. It doesn't work for the party, it doesn't work for the team. So ideally, you still want defense decrease, which is going to be better. So she's a little bit weird in that sense, a little bit lacking in that sense. But I do think that counter pass is still something that's very, very valuable for a lot of players. So if you are, you know, if you're getting the counter pass, she's alright. But so far I've never seen a place that I can use her efficiently. Alright, I don't think she's good in any danger close or any game mode whatsoever. But I think she's an interesting character. Maybe you can use her in PvP and find out if she's good or not. But for yourself, right? But for me, I don't think she's that impressive. So let's talk about someone else, Ella. So Ella is a very interesting character. I don't think she's a must-have either. I wouldn't. If you're low on blue tickets, I wouldn't recommend pulling on her. She's good. She's an awakened Jushiun. Not awakened. She's a Jushiun somewhat that can counter, right? So her special skill is similar to Jushiun. The concept is similar. But instead of counter and then stun the enemy, she counters and blind the enemy. So maybe in some bosses, some cases, you want to use Jushiun and her. She's supposed to fit in soldier teams, but everybody has Jushiun for free. So I don't see why do you need to use her. And in case you guys are wondering, she doesn't counter awakened units as far as I know. So there's that as well. Same like Jushiun. So if you want, only awakened Jushiun can counter awakened units. Which makes her a little bit lacking as well. I don't think she's a must-have. But she's okay to have if you want to play soldier comps. She helps you a little bit. Serena Crew, one of the better PvP operators to have. Definitely highly recommend you guys to recruit her. Alright, next up we have Anastasia Chernova. I do like her. I think she's a pretty decent one. Damage taken amplification up to 20.5%. She's a very good operator overall. Alright. Okay, so new ship, Enterprise Quad. So Enterprise Quad is a very interesting ship. I do highly recommend building this particular ship. Is this better than Enterprise Standard? I think some situations yes, some situations no. It depends, right? She gives ally counters unit attack plus 10%, defense penetration plus 18%. Now the thing with Enterprise regular, right? The regular Enterprise, it does buff mech units as well. So that is going to be, the flexibility is there. You can see here, increase attack and hit for counters and mechs. So attack 12% and hit 25%. And this can counter a lot of evasion units, right? Because 25% is quite huge. This can be good in that sense. So it really depends. It depends on the situation. I still think you need to build Enterprise first before you build this ship, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the condition. It's been a while. But definitely not a bad ship to have. Alright, it's a very good PvP ship. Can be used in PvE sometimes in certain raids if you only use counter units. Yeah, but if you have like some mech or some soldiers, maybe this is not the best ship for that. Otherwise, let's see what else are we having. So Alpha Trix Mole if you're farming for the Alpha Trix gears. Next up we have some improvements. Okay, so these are the things that we just read earlier. Alright, some changes and stuff. So I think it's better for us to wait when it comes out to show you guys a little bit more. Rather than just reading a bunch of essays right here. Controls, Steam version, Controls mobile version. This is for you to change your lobby background. Okay, so there's that. Ship implant. Okay, now it's finally here. So let me just show you guys what this is all about in case you guys are from global and you guys don't have ship implant yet. So to ship implant, you basically need dupes. So now I have one Enterprise. So if 110, right? So basically you can ship implant 3 times. So you need 3 dupes. You need 3 Enterprise. So the first time you implant is gonna go up to 110, second time is up to 120, and third time is 130. So 130, that means you need 3 ships in total. You're gonna need, right here you can see you want to have the same ship. Alright, that's how you build your ship to multiple upper tier. So 130 is the max. Now I do like Chorus, which is why I have it at 120. As you can see, I don't have any ship at 130 yet. So ship implant is very expensive because you need to make a ship level 1 and then sacrifice that ship. So it's like a dupe system for ships. Very, very expensive. So once you do that, now you have the ability to unlock the command module. Okay, it's right here. So you can see the first slot This one I'm at 110, so I unlock the first slot. 120 will unlock the second slot. 130 will unlock the third slot. So it's gonna give you random buffs. So this one gives me counter melee damage 2.4% and ranger attack speed 2.6%. So you can actually reroll these buffs right here using these things. Alright, you can actually reroll using some ship materials if you're not happy with any of the substats. So there's that somewhat pay to win system, I guess, but it does improve your character's strength overall. So don't neglect this, but this one all the substats are very small, but still you shouldn't neglect it. I think it does help in PvE a ton. So something that you should consider doing for ships that you use often. So new coordinate from 51 to 55, and pretty much that's it. I think pretty much that's it, and a bunch of other changes. They have a lot of changes here. Okay, so I'm just curious, the main selling point is just going to be the new recruitment, the new selective recruitment. So we're going to talk about that in more detail later on. Maybe I'll do a guide for that. But for now, this is this week's global patch notes and developers notes for May. I think this is considered the May one. Hopefully we'll get one more in June. They did not mention anything about the collab yet. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Alright, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.